Welcome everybody to TechSphere. And today we're doing a deep dive into something really cool. Samsung just announced that Galaxy AI will support 20 languages by the end of 2024. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share this with your friends.
That's a pretty big deal. It
Yeah.
shows how serious Samsung is about reaching a global audience.
Yeah, and it's not just about the number of languages, right? It's 16 languages they're supporting right now. Like Arabic, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Portuguese, Russian,
Spanish,
Thai, and Vietnamese. But it's also about expanding those languages even further.
Absolutely.
They've announced 4 more languages by the end of October 2024. Turkish, Dutch, Swedish, and Romanian will be added to the mix.
Interesting choices.
Yeah, it makes you think about Samsung's market strategy, doesn't it?
It really does. Adding those specific languages opens up Galaxy AI to a whole new set of users. And it's not just about quantity either. Samsung is going deeper. They're expanding dialect support too.
Oh, you mean like with traditional Chinese and European Portuguese?
Exactly. That's a key detail a lot of people might miss. It's one thing to speak a language, but understanding regional variations, those subtle differences in pronunciation, vocabulary, even grammar, well, that's where real communication happens.
It's true. It's like you can technically speak the same language, but if your dialect is different enough, it can be hard to understand each other.
Yeah, totally. It can be frustrating trying to get your point across. By adding dialect support, Samsung shows a commitment to getting rid of those small communication barriers.
So how will all these new languages and dialects actually work? Is it complicated to get them on your phone?
No, not at all. Samsung has made it really easy. You can download language packs through the Settings app right on your Galaxy device.
Oh, so no need for any special software or anything, just a few taps and you're good to go.
Exactly. It's really simple.
I think that's pretty impressive when it comes to user experience, and it aligns with Samsung's bigger goal of using technology to connect people, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's all about making the world more inclusive. They want to create a world where language isn't a barrier to communication.
I love that.
It's really just the start. Imagine all the things that could happen if we could get rid of language barriers. Galaxy AI has so many possibilities, it's pretty exciting.
Okay, I'm all ears. What kind of changes could this actually bring to people's everyday lives? Give me some real-world examples.
Well, let's think about something everyone can relate to: travel. Imagine you're at a market in Bangkok or wandering around Rome. You don't have to rely on gestures or phrase books anymore.
Yeah, I hate feeling like I'm stuck in those situations.
Right. Your Galaxy phone could become your own personal translator. You could have real conversations with locals, ask for directions, order food, all without the language barrier stress.
That would be amazing. No more worrying about saying the wrong thing or being misunderstood. You could really experience the culture and connect with people. And this goes way beyond travel, right? Think about the business world. What about closing deals, negotiating contracts, collaborating on projects all over the world?
You got it. Galaxy AI could have a massive impact on global business. Imagine an architect in New York working with a construction team in Seoul. They could use Galaxy AI to share plans, talk about design details, and fix problems in real time. It wouldn't matter what language they speak.
Wow.
That kind of communication could really boost efficiency, reduce errors, and lead to more successful projects overall.
It's like the world is becoming smaller, where people can connect and collaborate more easily than ever before. But it goes beyond just the practical stuff, right? What about the impact on education and cultural exchange?
That's where things get really interesting. Imagine a student in a rural part of India being able to access lectures from top universities all over the world. They could have everything translated into their native language.
That's incredible.
Or think about what this could mean for sharing cultures. People from different backgrounds could share their stories, art, and ideas without language holding them back. Galaxy AI could open up a whole new world of learning and understanding.
It's like having a universal translator right there in your pocket, unlocking so much knowledge and connection.
And those connections can really foster empathy and understanding. When we can communicate directly, we break down stereotypes, build bridges between cultures, and create a more inclusive world.
That's a powerful vision for the future. It sounds like Samsung is really pushing the limits of what AI technology can do. Let's take a quick recap of what we've talked about so far. We started by looking at Samsung's plan to expand Galaxy AI to support 20 languages by the end of next year.
We talked about how they're not just adding new languages like Turkish, Dutch, Swedish, and Romanian, but also going deeper into dialects. That way they can capture the little things that make communication so meaningful.
Then we talked about some of the amazing ways Galaxy AI could be used. From travel and business to education and cultural exchange, it's been a fascinating conversation. Now, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. With Galaxy AI breaking down all these language barriers, what other chances to connect and collaborate do you think might pop up? It's something to think about.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like what about scientific research? Or even international diplomacy? Could we see some big breakthroughs if scientists from all over could easily share their work and tackle problems together?
That would be amazing.
And think about diplomats trying to work through those really tough negotiations. If they could understand each other's points of view perfectly, maybe things would go a lot smoother. The potential is huge.
It's a pretty exciting vision for the future. One where communication is easy, ideas can travel anywhere, and people really understand each other. But with such powerful technology, I bet there are some challenges too, right?
Oh, definitely. As Galaxy AI gets even smarter, we'll need to make extra sure those translations are accurate and respectful of different cultures. We don't want misunderstandings or bias creeping in.
That makes sense. And as we start relying more and more on AI for communication, keeping our data safe and private will be super important. It's all about finding that balance, making the most of AI's power while using it responsibly and ethically.
It's a discussion we all need to have as a society. When we develop and use AI, we need to be open, accountable, and make sure everyone benefits. No one should be left out.
Well said. This has been a really interesting talk. Thanks so much for joining me for this deep dive into the future of communication.
The pleasure was all mine. I always love exploring how technology and human connection come together.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning into TechSphere. Please like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Until next time, stay curious.